Yeah. So since we last played, I found out some information about Starforce 2 here. In particular, the stuff I've learned, not even Starforce 2, it's actually about Starforce 3. I learned that Starforce 3 cut out a lot of grinding. As I've mentioned before, Starforce 3 has a mechanic similar to the style changes of Megaman Battle Network. And they were annoying because of the fact that you had to hit 100 battles to get a style. I think it was 100 battles to get a style change, which was so fucking annoying. Especially in a game where you can't control the encounter rate. Starforce 3 has something similar, especially when it's part of an encounter rate you can't control. But if you beat the game, you can just change your style, which is so nice. So we still have no leads on our 3 friends. I don't know when this happens. Before... after. Just double checking something about when we'll get access to Saurian. Dragon of Loch Ness, the mysterious Messi. It's an ancient creature. Gee, another UMA. Why does this sound from a young boy? And there's our lead. So, how? Yeah, I know there's a reason here, but how? Is this someone who travels the world? So at least the logic makes sense for Geo? I wonder if this will come up later. I'm curious. I just want to see if something has happened yet. I don't think we have access to it yet. But this also gives me a chance to, go collect some cards. Okay, it hasn't happened yet. But I have been kind of holding off on here, and yep, there he is. I've been holding off on having our rematch with Taurus. Oh, I just realized something. Let me check my settings. Yeah, okay, I have to, Oh, that could be bad. But no, I had to fix my settings just because of the fact those were my settings for Starforce 3, my Starforce 3 personal file, and I've been grinding there. I wanted to wait to have my rematch until I had, Zerker.
Thunderbolt!
I think that missed, yeah.
Thunderbolt!
Yeah. I fucking love this sword. It's so good. Ah. What I don't remember is I don't remember if this attack leaves, this card leaves poison anymore. Okay, it still leaves poison. Still a very good card. I believe it's the same rules. You have to fight the ghosts at least once, and then you can get their EX variants to spawn. Okay, let's go back to Echo Ridge. There is something we need here. Well, we'll be getting here at Grizzly later, but it won't be for a bit. So I don't think it'll be for a bit. Let me check something really quick. Yeah, nothing new there. Okay, okay, Ken, focus, man. Focus. Yeah, so now we have no leads. Ooh, random mail. Ominous. So I was right on it being this chapter. I just was wrong on when. I thought it was I knew it was sometime before we went to Loch Ness. Yeah, so this is like one of the few times, well actually no, of the 3 games, this is actually the first time Geo kind of goes international. Utopia. Yep. Form the brother band with your auto brother. You're gonna get some more link power, which is always fucking good in this game. But more importantly for us on the stream, we now have access to Ninja, Zerker, and Saurian. This means, going forward, I now have access to Tribe King, as long as I don't get hit by an elemental weakness. No. She's right. We can jump. What we just saw on TV. How was it being broadcasted? EM waves. Yeah, I always talk to Geo's mom whenever we pass by, because I always forget. It's mostly, I think, in Starforce 3. Like, almost every time you come back, you have to talk to her. Yeah, about that. So, obviously with Messi as a UMA is, well, it's Loch Ness Monster. I think I was off my frame rate today. I might just be going crazy, I'm not sure. So you can see the waves here look very different compared to the waves we've seen so far. Welcome to the Sky Wave. Yeah, you've been to space. Yeah, so as the sky hurts let you know, if you pulse out, you'll always pulse out back to whichever satellite dish you used to get here. Yeah, so situations like this are what I meant where I won't be able to access Tribe King. If I get hit by a wood elemental attack, I will be knocked out of whatever transformation I'm in. And same with the other elements whenever I use Saurian or Ninja. I will say this, fighting these clouds with Zerker is a lot easier because you could stun them and get a lot more hits. The way that these cloud viruses don't work is one shot pops them and you cannot deal damage until they reform. So if you could paralyze, so the trick is you paralyze them and then you can hit them even more.
Double Tribe Ninja.
But certain cards have the hidden air element attack, so that'd be things like the what's it called? Air shot, wind, anything pretty much with wind. It's pretty obvious which ones have the hidden trait. They will instant kill those clouds. Well, not instant kill, but they deal a lot of damage.
Double Tribe Saurian.
And whatever. We're probably gonna first see Tribe King during a boss. Unless I get somehow insane luck and get both of the brother bands really early.
Double Tribe Saurian.
I still say my favorite appearance is still probably Zerker, but if I had to choose a favorite with Double Tribe, it's Zerker Saurian. Not Zerker Saurian, Zerker Ninja. Oh wait, fuck! Okay, so I'll have to keep that in mind. I can only use it once per turn. The only thing that, if I'm gonna be honest, sucks about the tribes is the fact that when you double tribe, as you can see, the card does not leave your hand. So you're getting a plus 30 to anything, but you are sacrificing a slot. So instead of drawing 6 cards every turn, you're drawing 5. So if I can get a triple delete, it'll be great. Most because I'm kind of getting sick of those scythe enemies. Ooh, Mad Vulcan 2! Let's go. Yeah, the difference is Mad Vulcan 2... For right now, I'm going to run Mad Vulcan 2 with Mad Vulcan 1. The reason why is because of the fact... the star cards.
Double tribe, ninja.
I'm kind of doomed if I do, doomed if I don't in this. Because of the fact that, the one enemy is fucking fire. The other is wood. So no matter what, I had a weakness.
Elemental blade.
And yeah, when you double tribe, you start mixing the attack. So Elemental Blade deals thunder and wood damage if you are Zerker Ninja. I believe it deals fire damage as the aftermath if you are Saurian. Once I get 3 copies of Mad Vulcan 2, what I'm going to do is I am going to drop Mad Vulcan 1. And I am going to... Okay, I just got turned around from the battle. No, at least get rid of 2 of them. And that elemental weakness is going to fucking hurt. In particular, if I'm going to be honest, Chapter 4 sucks for Saurian players. Because we're going to be dealing with a water attribute boss. Oh no, I just went the wrong way. Or is this the one I came from? Yep, okay. I went backwards. Yeah, it's really easy to get turned around on the Skywave, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely the biggest fan of the Skywave.
Thunderbolt! Flame!
Why are there so many wood elemental enemies up here?
Double try! Saurian!
So the way, like for example, with our, as I said, the next boss is water elemental. It's not a surprise. We're going to the Loch Ness monster. What other element would it fucking be? But if I get like the Saurian double tribe, I'm gonna save the card until I can get Tribe King. Now, very important, whenever you arrive off of the Skywave, immediately pulse out through a wave hole. Because if you pulse out by pressing right bumper, you're going back to Echo Ridge. And later in the game, when you're grinding cards. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I do like the fact that they don't actually speak the language. So you'll actually be able to tell the character you're looking for based on, well, the appearance. Because, as you see, everyone here has a completely different sprite than any other character we've seen. Also, I forgot, a lot of them don't actually have, star carriers, which is interesting. The great Gary Romero. So this guy is kind of a playoff of George Romero. Which is weird, I'm going to be honest. Because I think he's a playoff of George Romero. Ugh. He's one of those jackasses. I do like how the different faces for him have different backgrounds also. What the fuck? Come on, Omega. Yeah, I kind of agree with the Megasis. What is Violent Power at? 300. I think I've talked to everyone. I think I have to talk to Prez, though. No, I didn't talk to someone. Who? Oh, even the Mr. Hertz looks different over here. Oh. You. How? I'm a delicate flower. Even when a Megasis is saying something's weird, then something is weird. So talk more about the Skywave, though. I am not the biggest fan of the Skywave. The main reason why I'm not a big fan of the Skywave is because of the fact it is necessary to reach the, every area outside of Echo Ridge. Well, not outside of Echo Ridge. Every area that you will be going to in the post-game. Not post-game, but, every area going forward, you have to reach through the Skywave. The issue is the Skywave is linear. There is a shortcut to jump to, like, Area 2, but it's not unlocked till later in the game. And this is just one of those things where it's a problem of the game being too faithful to the original. That was on me, because I forgot that you don't break those, you just stop.
Double tribe! Ninja!
Oh, I still take damage for that?
Double tribe! Ninja!
Ah, fuck. I was hoping to be able to, that the Vulcan was going to counter, but it didn't. No, I guess I get there from another area, maybe? Oh, it doesn't pierce anymore. think I know which one it is. I think it was the one I went to just a little bit ago. So it's fast for me to pulse out. Or I could be wrong.
Double drive, ninja.
I wasn't sure if Harpo was going to be able to take out all three. No, it's not this one. Is it you? Or is it? Actually, no, it might be. It might be the one who was basking in the sun.
Double drive, ninja.
Oh, that poor virus in the bag just got 200 damage. But, you know, I was on the right track, though, because there's a warp point at the end that leads to him. I hit Y, but no, I was still finding the Buster, so I guess that's why. I remember there's a delay between switching from Buster Fire to being able to throw up my shield.
Double drive, Saurian.
Saurian has a long charge time, not as long as, say, Pegasus. Pegasus, I think, still had longer. But, oh boy, that damage. Yeah, well, I will also say this, in terms of the stream schedules, my entire plan has gone up in smoke because of the fact that I did not expect Super Mario Wars Y to announce new DLC and release it all at the same time. I just thought I had to do that just to see if Zach was out there. Someone else up here I have to find? All anyone's obsessed about is finding Messi. I say it is kind of a double-edged sword that something they did to the brother band system. The fact that the brothers who form in the game, so Bud, Luna, and Sonia, so far, do not give you cards. Like, you don't get a roulette from them. You only get them from the real brothers. Hmm. You need to figure it out. I'm correct. Is this also... I still stand by the fact that I'm happy that they didn't do a Geo depression arc in this game. Instead, opting for, kind of humbling Geo and Omegasys a little bit. Omega in particular was a little, you know, and so Geo got, was starting to get a little cocky too. After everything with Andromeda, and the fact that we were breezing through all the enemies, so everything with Solo was needed to kind of humble them. Submarine looks familiar. I think we're going to have to kick your ass. We could guess that the real Messi is an EM being. There we go. Remember correctly, this is actually like the next. I like to say the next 2 chapters are the few with actual dungeons. Though they're dungeons in the same way as they were kind of before, where they aren't their own exclusive cybercomputers. They are, well, cybercores. They are areas you go to as Geo and a Megasis. You could go to as Geo and a Megasis. It's the EM body. And what do you know? There's an EM road leading down. And just to our convenience, there's a wave hole right here. I'd rather have 2 of those just to be on the safe side. But yeah. I forget it. Because, like, the only dungeons that we've done so far that we... Because, you could go to where we fought, Yeti Blizzard as Geo, just... if I remember correctly, it's not all the way. Most of the areas you could go to as Megaman, you could go to as Geo. You just have to clear out the path. This area is actually an area you can only go to as Megaman. Of course, that's my luck. The first immediate place I check, I get a fucking virus.
Double Tribe Ninja.
Okay, I should stop trying to rely on the counter. Oh, come the fuck on. No, that'd be a very bad idea to use here. A second. Let's see, is when Steve's at that which carries people beyond the two darknesses. When all controllers are awakened, the path shall be opened. 2 stars overlooked by the red tree. I think that one's one of the ones I need. That's one of them. And one right down there. Just because I needed to at least have an idea of where I'm going, so I'm not wasting health anymore. Oh, you bitch. No, I will give it that. That was a nice evasion. Yo ho, Fiddly, you are a pirate. I'm not a fan of this area, though, just because of the fact it's all blind searching for, like, mystery data and everything. I should have put the recovery first. I need the health. Remember, I think the last one is at the rack that I saw in the upper corner. So it'd be a bad call for me to use Saurian right now. This is definitely my least favorite of, like, the dungeon mechanics. I wasn't, like... Okay, how to say this? When it came to Phantoms, like, of the dungeon mechanics we've seen so far, Phantoms didn't bother me too much because Phantoms was just... timing. Yeti Blizzards was fine, as it was really just a challenge in each area. I'm trying to hear who else we've done. Solos with the eyes and the button prompt challenge wasn't too bad because it's not that hard of a challenge. This fucking sucks. It's just blind searching, and it's kind of a rougher version of what we had in Starforce 1 with Gemini Thunder. So reminder, Gemini Thunder had us digging through the trash, but we also had a radar to help us find stuff. But then all the way in the back, it's better for me just to start working towards Tribe King. Just clear out cards. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna let this fight drag on. And we're gonna see Tribe King. All cards get boosted. Yeah, you deal wood, electric, and fire damage in that chain slice. It's really good, but as I said, you can only handle triple power for so long. I do think the tribes were moving the right direction for Starforce, since the Starforce powers themselves did not feel nearly as useful as, say, the Double Soul. It's because of the fact that they weren't as easily as accessible as Double Souls and style changes. I honestly think, though, Star Force 3 has the best mechanics out of all three titles. In particular, how it handles its transformations, though, is where it really shines. Kinda. There is one problem Star Force 3 has with its transformations, but in all honesty, it's a problem that has been fixed with the release of with the Legacy Collection. Okay, let's see. Once he's at the old shiny blue box of air, when all controllers... Let's see. It's not that one. Blue box of air. I'm guessing it's that. It needs something that's red. So it could be chair. Could be any of these.
Double Tribe Ninja.
I think is my folder is starting to come together, like my actual, like the deck that I'm going to be using for the rest of the game. We've already got Queen Apache, which is a staple of my decks. You can get Apache in Star Force 3, but it's a bit weird. Is this one? Oh. Maybe... Or maybe up here? Fuck!
Double Tribe Ninja.
What they do kind of wish happened with Double Tribes, I kind of wish you had both elements. I will say also, interesting thing about this area in Star Force, like Star Force, not this area, but like this EM being it's the Star Force 2 anime, it's fucking massive. Okay, here we go. I will say it's kind of nice to actually be able to, you know, use the Tribe King without the card. Because, prior to this, the only way I could use Tribe King was I had to use the EM card. The only thing that kind of sucks about Zerker is hitting enemies in back row. So as you can see, the enemies in the back row, because Zerker's is the only one with travel time. So back row enemies are able to easily avoid your charge shot. Because they've got plenty of dodge time. Okay, this is the one overlooking that which is neither human or fish. I will also say, this is the problem with the way that Starforce in general handles its transformations. It's Starforce up until the third game had a problem where some elements some elements just weren't covered. So for example, in Starforce 1, Thunder really kind of had short end of the stick because of the fact that Thunder cards just didn't... Well, Thunder didn't have a transformation that got a boost like Water, Fire, and Wood did. Starforce 2 here, the same issue applies for Water cards. Starforce 3 fixes this with the noise system. This is one being watched by something red, because there's a red octopus. And I just gotta figure out how to get in there.
Double tribe! Saurian!
I've never been a fan of like how large Omegasis gets during the Saurian transformation. Which one is left? The last one's up there.
Thunderbolt! Flame! I think the reason why they decided to have all the dungeons in the real world in this game was just so they could, have more people see the EM beings besides just Geo and his friends. Yep, this is Plesio Wave. Oh, Plesio Wave, when EM changes now, Plesio Surf. Because he's a fucking liar, kid.
Here we go. Plesio Surf. First off, Plesio Surf has definitely one of the more unique models of bosses in this game. And also has a gimmick. Oh fuck, I timed that wrong. I really fucked that up. This is an easy fight if you are a Zerker player, because Plesio Surf is water type, and, well, you're dealing electric damage. Like I said, the hardest time for this is definitely as as Saurian, because of the fact that, you're fire. You'll take double damage from all of Plesio Surf's attacks and be knocked out of it. Reese says reforming. We never had a brother band with Zack. But with that, we now have every single slot filled. don't think it's ever explained how Solo does what he does or sees EM beings. Oh yeah, so best combos are now available. You just have to be in your tribe form and deal, I believe, upwards of 400 damage again. Same rules as last time. I'm not as concerned with this time because, well, we don't have, like, the insane cards like Poison Knuckle. Oh, here we go again. That doesn't sound right. And here we go again. Okay, I gotta know the stories of this Johnny now. Like, what the fuck? So everyone but Geo has a passport. You can never get one, which is the main reason I don't like the Skywave. My issue with the Skywave, like I said, is the fact that it's the only way to get to these areas, and it's annoying when you're doing card grinding later in the game. I'm not gonna, speaking of card grinding, I'm not gonna go nuts with that until I can get the Z Finder and Card Finder weapons. I'm just seeing where they are here in this game. Okay, oh my god, this is gonna be fucking great. This chapter is amazing. I'm not even talking about for story. I'm just talking about for items. This chapter is amazing. Though story-wise, it's interesting because they basically just... So, this chapter has like 3 like references, and it's kind of weird. Like, this is by far the weirdest chapter in the game, if I'm going to be honest. It's far from my favorite. My favorite chapter... Actually, I don't really have a favorite chapter in Starforce 2. I have a favorite... Like, this game definitely has my favorite post-game, just because... Well, I'll actually talk about that when we get to the post-game. I do not want to spoil the post-game for Starforce 2. Wait, which one is this for? I don't believe everything I want in this area is available at this point, but it is funny, like, okay, there's like 5 mega weapons in this one area. That's why I'm so excited. Kind of wild how many they put here. I've been saying that a lot today.
Double try, Saurian. Vanishing laser. Double try, Saurian.
What was this when I was fighting the boss? God damn, it's still insane. Like, Electric Sword goes from 150 to 320 damage. I can pretty much one-shot almost every water enemy in the game, I think, with that. Outside of Policio Surf.
Double try, Saurian.
My main concern is getting rid of the scythe. If I remember correctly, the next boss is non-elemental, which... There's a lot of non-elemental bosses in this game. But there's also a lot of water, because, like, if I remember correctly, Yeti Blizzard and Plesiosaur are both water-type bosses.
Double Tribe! Ninja!
It's gonna be a machine gun string. Yep. Fuck! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I don't mind the NPC characters not having, cards anymore because it actually helps prevent deck bloat. Yep. Yeah, as I was saying though, since there's no more deck bloat because of the fact that every fucking you get like 3 NPC cards as well as the brother cards, which are could be another 3 to 6 or another 1 to 6 on top of the legend card. And yeah, it was too much deck bloat. The only thing that sucks though is I get knocked out, I am locked out of Tribe King because of the fact that any brother band I use will give me Zerker if I'm in base Megaman. What the fuck? What's that? It's a bit of a weird custom. The gray one is a hearty eater. Gee, I wonder who it is. And they've said he. I don't think it's gonna be Sonia. Yeah, so the whole WhatsApp joke, as well as, well, the other area. Because each of these areas have had a connection to a UMA. We just got done with the Loch Ness Monster, we had the Abominable Snowman, we had ghosts. It's Bud. What's up, lines? So these are based off of the, if I remember correctly, it's the Nazca lines. Which in other media had a connection to, Yu-Gi-Oh! As they are the Dark Signer cards during Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. These ones are, well, a couple of them look familiar. Come over here. There's the mega weapon, the Zenny Finder. Now, if we also go around, let's see, is he here? Yeah, this guy. EM wave change. If you have a high enough link power, they'll give you this as a symbol of friendship. There's the card finder. They are both here. I don't know why. Actually, for now, I'm actually going to equip Mega with Zenny Finder just because I need more money. just so I'll be able to buy, the Giga card. Yeah, so each of these panels will explain one of the lines. It's a picture of what is said to be a child of Mew. For check that one, we get a HP memory 10, but also this one looks like a Mr. Hertz. So it was said to have been a Mew tactician. They were probably responsible for coming up with military strategies during wartime. We've seen this exact smile recently. This one is for Phantom. Servant of Mew, it appears that espionage was one of its duties. This is Plethio. We just got done with this one. Yeah, no idea what's going on here, though. A mural painted by someone long ago. Zerker, the tribe that completely devoted themselves to battle. Ninja, the tribe that lived in darkness, shrouded in mystery. Finally, mural painted by someone long ago. Saurian, the ancient tribe that dominated the entire planet. We've seen this before on Solo and on the Ancient Star Carrier. Oh? It's a picture of what is said to have been the Mew Lookout, a bird that watched over the land of Mew from the sky. We haven't seen this one yet. I need to get to check out the last one. Shit. Yeah, so the last one was right here. So the picture was said to have been a Mew soldier. These powerful warriors are probably charged with keeping the peace. So this one was, So this one is the soldiers that Hyde sent against us before we unlocked the power of Zerker. This is Hyde himself. There's our Mr. Hertz. Plesiosurf, Mew, and Solo. Well, the symbol of Mew, which is representative of Solo. And this one we haven't seen yet. Oddly enough, the only one not here is the Yeti. Butticus. There we go. God damn it. They apparently think he's a god. Gotta see if I can get in there. I don't think I can. I think I need high link power. But, there is a door here. If you can open it, it has a good weapon. But, oh yeah, for the Twitch side, this doesn't really matter for the YouTube side, because this will all be done by the time you all see this. Games for the week. I don't think we're going to be streaming anything Wednesday. Thursday will be Super Robot Wars Y. With the new DLC, which... You know what? You know what? I fucking called it. I called all the problems being that shitty haircut. I'm surprised to see Cross-Hand. I'm not too surprised to see Cross-Hand back, to be honest. It's nice to have them back. Space Runaway was a bit of a shock, and Idol Master was a bit of a shock. It's also crazy to see, and it's also gonna be my first time using Eureka 7 units. I'm trying to think here. Friday will probably be Final Fantasy V. And then I'm trying to think here what other games are. And then probably, I don't know, we'll go from there. We're still waiting on Dark Spirits here to get his computer fixed so we can continue Wrath. It is kind of, like, crazy that he just fell from the fucking sky. I'm gonna take a second really quick. Oh shit! I don't think I'll have high enough link power to open that gate, but it's worth a try. I remember correctly, but the enemy itself here does not have an element. The attack has an
Double
element.
tribe, ninja.
Because you saw it's all of its attacks are wood element, but as you saw with Taurus Flame, it did not deal double damage. And so we can see, yep, there's Bud. Oh no, to get there I have to go in from the Nazca lines. Okay. Not the Nazca lines, the WhatsApp lines. Sorry. I'm using the real terms here. To be honest, I'd rather have elemental slashes than having brave slash, which was just, if I remember correctly, just a stronger sword. Okay, they're not here yet. Oh, fuck you! Really? I at the very least want to leave here with 50,000. Zenny, so this way, as soon as we're done here, I can buy the, what's it called card? The Pharaoh card, the Pharaoh Giga card. There's the Paralyzer weapon, so that's kind of worthless for me, as the Zerker Charge Shot already gives me that naturally. Fuck. But it might be good for PvP in case you ever get knocked out of your transformation.
Tribe, Saurian!
Yeah, Zerker Charge with Saurian Super Armor is really good.
Double Tribe, Saurian!
$500. Shit. Yeah, you can't open this, I think, without like a complete set, because yeah, my power is only 350. Behind that is the Starforce power weapon. Yeah, those three give you hints, or just outright give you the items that for what you need. So there's the onion. All we need now is egg, which is easy, because I actually already went down the path for it. You just gotta turn to Megaman and go onto the wave roads, because it's around here. I actually kind of like this one's overall story a little bit more than Loch Mess, because the issue is Loch Mess has moments, in particular it's like when you first get there and it's the whole bridge thing that just feels completely unnecessary. Meanwhile here everything kind of serves a purpose, and it makes sense that we're trying to lure Bud so we can get him to come to his senses. Why me? Yeah, the cook machine's just a recolored eat machine.
There's no way he's believing all this. I mean, Bud, I can believe because he's, well, Bud, but also because he's got a bump on, he's got amnesia. There's more to this whole situation. This is probably gonna be my last chapter for the day. From here, if I remember correctly, it's just endgame. If that's opening up, then that means... Yep. It's Solo. I will still say I like Solo as a parallel to Geo. I don't think either of them would work on their own.
Ninja.
Well, Geo works as a protagonist, but like he needs Omegasis really to shine. But on the flip side, I don't think. Well, I think Solo could work on his own, but he wouldn't be as interesting. I don't think I could get a card from this fight, but I'm gonna switch to Card Finder now. There's the power of Berserker again. Oh yeah, that's something he can do. I forgot about that. So you may notice that the Mega Attack thing was just completely shattered. So that's a thing he can do. When it shatters because Rogue is moving around too fast, you actually cannot use the Mega Link for Mega Attack for a little bit. This will finish him. Yeah, I don't get anything from this fight. But that's not Geo's methods. Here he is, Hollow. They just left him on the fucking ground. I would be too. I gotta agree with Geo on this. I don't think the pose was necessary. I think it was just the ginger beef would have done it. I think... I agree with Luna. That was disturbing. Check. Buds has gone up from 50 to 80. It changes a lot, my man. Huh? Okay, my man, you are trying to kidnap a child. The issue... So... I don't think any of us can now get back. I mean, Geo could theoretically wave change and get out. But Bud, Luna, and Zack are kinda stuck. Up. Omegasis, don't. We could at one point. We did have the Andromeda key. Yes. Yes, I am. The fact that Omegasis is just like, sure. I'd post out. She just can't admit that she likes Geo. No. She likes Megaman.
Double try! Saurian!
A little dicey towards the end, but hey, we're already back. Yeah, there's no way. It's not like there's a guardian bird spirit. Probably, if I had to guess. Yep. Hyde, their tactician. That we have our next boss. May I introduce Terra Condor? I think it's one of the few times we actually see his laughing sprite. Dead card, because I don't have many wood cards in my deck. Forget how far back I have to go before we learn about Terra Condor. Though, the good thing is, once we learn about Terra Condor, it's really easy to get back since we pulsed into the Skywave from What's Up.
Double tribe! Ninja!
I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I was thinking about going with, I wanted to use Ninja as my primary was for Ophiuka. Not even as my primary, actually, why I was playing Ninja, just because Ophiuka is a card I already use a lot, so it made sense.
Double tribe! Ninja!
Also, one thing of note, getting Tribe King does not make you invincible. You're very powerful, yes, because of all the damage boosts and everything, but you still have an HP limit.
Double tribe! Saurian! Tribe King!
Yeah, this whole going back though to Echo Ridge is completely unnecessary. I do not like this part of this chapter. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That is going to make our lives so much easier. Yeah, as I said, I don't think they're going to be on board with all this. I was like, I like the actual, like, you know, Geo going abroad as compared to what happened with the Land, just because of the fact every time Land did it was for a net battle tournament, and they didn't really do much with him going to other countries. So that's the gimmick of this area. It's up above. You can see the bird, the bird EM just floating around, and you will need to find the Mr. Hertz of the area, get him to the flame pedestal, and avoid that thing. Honestly, it's not that hard of a gimmick. I believe you have to find them in order. West. I don't mind this one, actually, as a mechanic. No, that's south, that's south, that's south! It's because it's mostly just running. Especially with the speed boost, because before, this was really tight timing. I kind of hope I get the Berserk Sword card, because that is a really good card that I like. Either one of those two... I got Dance Fire. Got the one card from them that I didn't need. Okay, I wasn't sure I could set Harp Note as a favorite because it's a blank card. Only one pedestal left, so we know which one it is. Shit, you're north, you're north! I'm dumb. I forgot that there's a north pedestal. In this area, though, if I'm going to be honest, the area itself is rough for ninja players, just because of the fact that everything here, there's a lot of fire enemies in this area. Cardinal directions are a little hard in this game just because of the fact that the map is angled. Oh, fuck. Sorry. My allergies have been bothering me. Sad time of the year. Oh, fuck. Had to be all the way in the fucking back row. Same gimmick as the first, just with a bigger area. I believe this is... Yep, this is the one right before the boss.
Double tried! Saurian!
Fuck you, getting rid of my beautiful poison. Oh, that was close. All of them, I don't mind getting rid of that enemy first, because that one could have given them invincibility. I think I got them all. Yep. Come on, give me the sword card. Hell yeah. Okay, south pedestal. The main thing you gotta do first is you need to get off the wave road because of the fact that you're not safe there. Okay, so north, I'm assuming, yep. Same spot where I think we just were, or close. It's close to where I got the, card. I think I've gotten every card in this area. Or every enemy card. Wait, shit. I need to find his brother. He's mapping the shit out. Okay. I'm gonna use the tools I have. Like I said, there's a lot of quality of life improvements in the Legacy Collection. Use them.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the next one's 3.
Double tribe! Saurian!
Get rid of you so I can actually free up my movement.
Tribe King!
I do like the fact that Tribe King also does, like, have elements of all 3 tribes. Okay, let's find the others. Okay. Both are down there, okay.
Thunderbolt! Flame!
Fuck you, bird. You may notice that we also haven't gotten a lot of Mega Cards. There's a reason why. So, I'm gonna take a quick second. Like, for example, Phantom's rematch is not available to post-game. I could go fight Yeti Blizzard again, but I believe I have to climb all the way back to, like, where you fought him as a boss. They're a bit weird in this one. The fuck? You went from threatening them to wanting to make them laugh. I guess it's because he's like, you can't actually threaten to kill them because they're kids. I actually will say I love Terra Condor's arena. But it also, I believe, if I remember correctly, disables a lot of attacks. Or I could be wrong. I think it's all the panels still exist. They're just they're just invisible.
you immune to paralysis? You're immune to paralysis. Okay, I remember now. So you can destroy the green ones, but the steel ones you cannot. Oh, he's Wood Element. Okay, so never mind. This actually is a rough fight for Berserker. Okay, I thought he was normal. I thought he was normal because, Terra Condor's card is normal. I would again like to point out, Geo has not told his mother where the fuck he went. Like, the whole Loch Ness incident took place over, like, a day.
He did bring about the nation's safe survival, just not in the way that the shaman thought. The indie proof that they're talking about, there is actually a set of 6 pieces scattered around the world that you can collect. If you do, you'll get a Mew form of the tribe. The only thing is, while you're in this form, you cannot use your brother bands. You cannot, because you have to get rid of them all to, well, you have to get, you're basically giving up all non-standard Link power, if I remember correctly. What I mean by standard Link power is Link power from Sonia, Bud, Zack, and Luna. Last missing friend. She also could have taken the Skywave back. So Sonia's in a different situation compared to the others. She's in a situation where she can't get back, even though she can EM wave change. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to stop by the big wave. Buy our first Giga card. Not exactly one I'd like, but still one I could work with. But for now, so we're going to call Starforce 2 for the day. I'm 100 cards out from having a complete collection of standard cards. But we did get the we do get access to, why am I drawing a blank here? The card finder at a much earlier point, because we didn't get card finder until the very end of Starforce 1. And you can see we're still missing a lot of cards. We're also missing a lot of Megas, and we only have 1 Giga. For now, though, I'm gonna call stream there, and I will see you all next time.